Ashley Huff, and joining me today is Emily Goggins and Brittany Harrison. I will be discussing why kids bully and how in-school counseling can help. Emily Goggins will tell us how schools can recognize bullying behaviors, and Brittany Harrison will touch on the long-term effects of bullying.
Have you ever been bullied? According to facts about bullying, about 20% of students here in the US between the ages of 12 and 18 have. Bullying affects everyone: the bully, the victim, the witnesses, and all the families involved. Chances are we have either been bullied or witnessed someone being bullied. I know from personal experience the effects it can have, as many of my close relatives have experienced this cruel act. In schools, bullying is a serious issue and its effects are felt throughout the community. That is why it must be addressed. And here's how we can take the first step to stop bullying. Implementing counseling programs in our schools for bullying and bullying victims can save each of them from a lifetime of trauma and hurting others.
Why do kids bully? How counseling in schools will help end bullying patterns. A bully is seen as a bad guy. The bully can inflict physical or emotional pain. We see clearly what the bully is doing is wrong and they should be punished for their actions, but the question lies, why do kids bully in the first place, and can this be prevented? Kids usually bully because they learn this behavior at the home, says Stomp.com. Some reasons why kids bully could be authority issues in the household or any group activities that they go to, or an older sibling could be bullying a younger sibling and they see this as normal behavior, or they need to take out that angst on somebody else. Other issues would be suffering from divorced parents, any sort of neglect in the household, or if a parent is under the influence of alcohol or using drugs. Bullying is mainly tied to adolescent years and time spent in school. According to the national data in 2015 from the U.S. Department of Education, approximately 25% of students between the ages of 12 to 18 report being bullied at school, says Midget. In-school counseling can help solve this problem. Schools should take action on their own and offer in-school counseling. This way they can get to the root of the problem and discuss in a safe place where the student can talk about any parental issues or any emotional issues they may be having. It may take children some time to trust their counselor. This is normal, says Dr. Legg. Once the trust is there, this can help improve trust with all authority figures across the board and for their life as they leave school. Counseling can help one find self-love and security. Counseling offers relief from mental health, relational, and situational concerns by providing a safe environment to vent, says Viha Bobek. Having a safe place for a person to be able to vent out emotions can help people have great progress for the rest of their lives past the school age. Counseling is a short-term therapy. Counseling can open a window to any hidden issues, which is another great aspect of starting it in schools at a young age. Next up, Emily Goggins. Emily will be discussing how schools can recognize bullying behaviors.
Thank you, Ashley. Identifying the signs of bullying is the first step schools should take in order to implement a successful counseling program. Bully prevention suggests that schools should consider administering staff surveys and anonymous student surveys, which would help counselors identify how to approach a bullying situation. Administering these anonymous surveys benefits those who are bullied by giving them a safe space to discuss a potentially dangerous situation. It also provides benefits to those who may want to speak up but are too afraid by offering them anonymous protection. Once schools learn how to accurately identify bullying problems, they can begin to successfully implement counseling programs. Jacqueline Swank from the University of Florida believes that both students who are targets of bullying and those who bully others exhibit social, emotional, behavioral, and academic problems of concern. So when schools can successfully counsel bullies and their victims, they can help improve the social, emotional, behavioral, and academic aspects of their lives, putting them on track to a healthy adulthood. Although the goal of implementing counseling programs is to help bullies and their victims, the school also provides benefits as well. When counseling programs are successful, they can alleviate teacher stress by correcting bullying behaviors in the classroom, which in turn alleviates student stress by creating a peaceful learning environment. Administrators also benefit from creating these programs because when schools are successful in these programs, administrators can focus on academic achievement and student success without having to worry if the learning environment of their students is unhealthy. There is so much to be gained from protecting our students from bullying in our schools. And while the road to bully-free schools may be long, recognizing bullying behaviors so we can implement successful counseling programs is the first step towards a healthy learning environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, for teaching us something new. Finally, we have Brittany Harrison. She will be discussing the long-term effects of bullying.
Thank you. As Ashley said, I will be going over the long-term effects of bullying if schools do not put a stop to it during a child's formative years. Up to this point, we have covered methods of stopping bullying and getting victims proper help. But how does bullying affect health and well-being? Bullying can affect physical and emotional health, both in the short term and later on in life. It can lead to physical injury, social problems, emotional problems, and even death. According to Newman's chronic bullying effects, those who are bullied are at an increased risk for mental health problems, headaches, and problems adjusting to school. Bullying can also cause long-term damage to self-esteem. In turn, damaged self-esteem can prevent victims from experiencing new opportunities and learning to put themselves out there in life, missing job opportunities as well as new advances in the world. Following up this thought, there has been extensive research done on an adult who was bullied as a child. One researcher, Juliet Kemp, writes about how signs of bullying during formative years play out in adulthood and the psychological issues it can bring along. Children and adolescents who are bullies are at an increased risk for substance use, academic problems, and violence to others later on in life. Surprisingly, those who are both bullies and victims of bullying suffer the most serious effects of bullying and are at a greater risk for mental and behavioral problems than those who are only bullied or who are only the bullies. This, as well as other causal factors, play into the effects bullying has on victims into their adult lives. To wrap it up, here are some shocking statistics published in Long-Term Effects of Bullying that go over the suicide rates associated with bullying. Students who experienced bullying or cyberbullying are nearly 2 times more likely to attempt suicide. In 2014, a total of 47,511 deaths were attributed to suicide alone. Of this total number, an average of 1 young person every 1 hour in 28.3 minutes killed themselves. Approximately 1 in 20 adolescents experience a suicide in 1 year and 1 in 5 before they even reach adulthood. These are all lives that don't need to be lost if the proper steps are taken early enough and bullying is put to an end. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. The long-term effects of bullying is something we all could learn more about. Now, Brittany, if you could please close us out.
Thank you, Ashley. Today, we covered a wide range of reasons bullying must be stopped as early as possible. Whether it is elementary school, high school, or later on in life, bullying greatly affects the person who is suffering through it. We aim to help that person by impacting each of you to be the change that stops bullying in its tracks. Thank you for your time today, and I hope each and every one of you have a different outlook on the world and how we can stop bullying. Thank you.